just got me all excited, guys. Good news is medicine to the body, man. It's medicine to the body. All right, let us get into She Diaries.
She Diaries.
Our She Diaries guest is a lady aged 20 who has an extreme passion in writing and inspiring people to achieve their desired goals at 20 already. This is what she's like I live for this. She's a youth advocate who engages with various organizations for different youth-related campaigns, in particular the welfare of young men and women. She's an author. There's no way. At 20, she's an author of 2 anthologies, Profused Feelings and Outspoken Random Thoughts, which touch on contemporary issues, motivation, Christian fever, love, and humor. She's an entrepreneur who's into the dishwashing liquid business. Makomborero has earned nominations, Trend-Setting Youth Awards 2022, Young Achievers Africa Award 2022, and various accolades from different organizations, namely DD4P Poet. She tell us about that. Beyond Today, Youngest Author 2021, and Ignite Youth Organization Teen Change Maker 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, pulses that are tuned in on this beautiful National Youth Day, help me welcome our She Diaries guest, Makomborero Now. And the crowd goes wild. Makomborero. Or they say, Mako. Itaka, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you're far too kind. Hey, Marco.
Hi, Becky.
How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. How are you doing?
I'm really excited to have you on the show. Thank you for honoring us today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to have you too.
So now we have each other. We are both happy.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me how you got started today.
Today I was way too excited. I woke up at 12 and I'm like, wow. Then I go back to sleep. Then I woke up around 6 and I came here around, I think, way early.
Oh my gosh.
I was so excited that today I'm going to be with Becky. Everyone will be like, Becky.
Really?
And when we see you,
yeah,
we're so happy. So I'm just happy
that
to
makes
be
me
talking
happy,
to you
Marco.
on a personal level, like one-on-one.
Yes, girl. Today it's just you and I. I just wish there was like a cup of coffee or something, and we'll be sipping on a cup of coffee. And it's just 2 girls catching up. Funny thing is, you are exactly half my age.
Really?
Yeah. I promise you.
No, you lie.
I promise you.
I'm not half your age.
You are exactly half my age because I'm 40 this year. Yes, in December I'll be 40. So I'm reading your bio, and I'm thinking, Father God, I need to do something. I need to add a few more things. Did you see yourself walking in this path, say when you started primary and throughout high school? Because you are like fresh out of high school, right?
Yeah.
Right. So when you were like primary level, did you see yourself walking in this path that by 20, these are the things that will be attached to my name?
No, never. I never did because I wanted to be a model.
You've got the body. You've got the body, the face, everything. Is there. And that smile, kind of cute.
Thank you. But my mom restricted that. She was like, no way, you're going to be a model.
Is she listening?
No.
Because I was about to say, here's your mom listening to us telling me, you've got the body, go for body. And she's like, no, Marco.
But she might be, I don't know.
All right, okay. So you wanted to be a model. You were looking at this whole modeling career thing.
Yeah.
And mom said, mm-mm.
And the history that time, there was just some things happening with modeling industry that time.
Right.
So obviously she wouldn't say yes.
Yeah, and she wouldn't want you in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I never saw myself as a writer, but I used to write. Mainly like writing unaware, doing it unaware.
Right.
Just diarizing each and every day. My day was like this, etc.
Right.
Every day. So I've got a lot of diaries from my primary school years, I still have them.
You're right.
Yeah. So I never saw myself as a writer, but then starting high school, then I started entering poetry competitions,
Mm-hmm.
and I won my first poetry competition when I was in Form 3. And my first tries, I did not win.
Which high school did you go to?
To Roosevelt.
You were at Roosevelt, and primary.
Senior primary school in Chinoy.
Oh, in Chinoy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Form 3, you win your first poetry competition, and then the light bulb went on,
Yes.
and you were like, "This is it.
Like that's
I could
it.
get used to this."
And I had a war poetry, like a whole counting book full of poems in it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, no, let me keep these poems. I will
Mhm.
publish them when I'm older.
Right. Right.
But then, I didn't want anyone to see those poems because I just felt like they're mine. I don't need to show anyone. And at some point, people would encourage me to publish, but I hesitated to.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I wanted to keep my work. And, to keep the work, you have to... I can't keep it in a counter book. What if it bends? What if something happens?
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
You have to keep it in like safe archives.
Yeah.
And the best way you to do that is to then, okay, you know what? Let's just publish this, and let's get the
Exactly.
books out there. When you started poetry, writing of the books was not something that was in your mind yet.
Yeah, it
Right.
wasn't.
And then when you discovered that, hey, I can actually publish books, what help did you get, and how easy or difficult was it to get the books edited, to get them published, or to find a good publisher to, sell your books for you?
Okay, so for my first book, it was a bit difficult. I did get a publisher who discounted the book, but at the same time, sold them behind my back.
No.
So, yeah.
Okay, when you say discounted the book, as in you handed in the book,
Yeah.
and they read it and they were like, nah.
No, not really. It was okay with all the work that I written, but then the problem came in when, the good part was that he considered that, this is a child, so I'm going to discount like the publishing fee.
Okay, so he discounted the publishing fee.
Yeah.
So he didn't discount the book as in count it out in terms of it's not a good book.
No.
All right. So he gave you like a discount fee.
Yeah.
I want
And that was
I want to
good.
shoot that man. But anyway, he gives you a discount and says, because you're a child, I'll give you a discount. I'll publish this book. Let's say it's $100
Yeah.
to publish a book. He says I'll publish it for like $40
Exactly.
or something like
Yeah.
that, right? So he takes the book, publishes it for you,
Yeah.
but goes and sells the book for $100.
No, not really. I don't know how
for
much
this-
he sold it for.
But he was selling your book
Yeah,
behind your back.
Yeah, without my knowledge. And, the contract terms, what, didn't just match. So then,
And who was helping you with the contracts?
well, we have to sign it between him and I.
And
between
you were obviously
his company and
over
I.
age now, like you were.
No, I was below, so my mom was helping me.
So your mom was helping
Yeah.
you. You were below age, and your mom was helping you.
Yes.
And then you guys discovered that
That's
our books are being sold.
especially online, and online it's really heart aching, because it travels faster online than
I know
hard copies. Yeah. And then for the second one, it was great.
Mhm.
It was sponsored by Tisumazi.
All right.
Yeah, if you know Fungai Socks. So he just asked me to submit my work, and then we do the contract. Then they publishes the book, and then asked me to do the copies on my own now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we launched. Everything was great for the second one. I didn't have any challenges.
And how has the journey been? Like from when you first started being duped to now getting someone coming through to sponsor you and saying, hey, I'm not going to do this for you. I'm actually going to give you a rope. Go and do it yourself. What things did you learn about yourself when you were going through that process? What did you discover about Makuta?
Yeah, I actually discovered that I am actually strong, and I can adjust, and I can actually move forward besides the setbacks,
Mm-hmm.
etc., I can still continue working on my journey, doing what I love. And of course, I take all those things whereby I have maybe being disadvantaged at sometimes
Mm-hmm.
as a lesson for me. So I take it as a path to growth.
You know, you sound so mature. And I'm thinking, it's okay, girl. You're just 20. It's okay to cry. And be like, it was so unfair. And here she is going, it's the challenges. and I discovered that I'm strong. And oh my gosh. What was the most difficult challenge that you went through in publishing these books? Where you almost threw in the towel? Where you almost said, you know what, Mama? I think Ndabo. I think I've done my best. There's just no winning with this thing.
Honestly, I never had a moment like that.
You never had a moment like that?
Because once I want something, I'm going to get it.
Come on, girl. Once you want something.
What I really wanted.
So no matter how difficult it is,
Yeah.
you'll be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go through that difficult moment. I'm getting this thing.
Yeah.
I am getting it.
You see, when I saw that this first company that published my book
Yeah.
had done this, and I had another book, so I had to move on. I didn't have to come back here whereby they made me cry and sort of stuff. I had to move on to go somewhere. Otherwise, if it hadn't happened, maybe they'll be like my publisher, my personal publisher.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can't keep on publishing with them. I had to move on and go work with some other people.
So did you cancel that contract?
Yeah,
Like it's done and dusted. You're
it's
not
done
dealing
and
with that
dusted,
person
and
anymore.
we changed the cover of the first book,
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't even matching for Amazon at the time.
Oh yeah, because Amazon has like certain standards
Exactly.
that they want. So your books are on Amazon.
Yeah, the first one's on Amazon.
Profused Feelings
Yes.
is on Amazon,
Yes.
and Outspoken Random Thoughts.
Not yet.
Not yet. What's that about?
Which one?
Outspoken Random Thoughts.
It's just some random thoughts, some thoughts that you have.
From the perspective of a teenager, or from the perspective of a woman? From what perspective?
Okay, like I said, it's contemporary issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's from a perspective of a teenager, of a woman, of a Christian,
Mm.
of a child.
Right.
And yeah, from me, myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's about. Some random thoughts. What can I say?
Exactly, no. As the
My
word
own
suggests,
opinions.
your own opinion. As the
Exactly.
theme suggests, random thoughts, like they're just random. Like,
Yeah.
why is the sun yellow?
Exactly.
Why is the sky blue? Like I wonder. There was actually one TikTok I saw this morning. It said, me in class thinking about if I slap the teacher, what will happen? And I remember thinking like that also when I was in high school.
And then you left that opportunity. You could have written something.
I could have written, you are so naughty. She's like, you left that opportunity. I was just gonna, let me see what happens. Let me see what happens. And on Profused Feelings, what's
sorry.
Profused Feelings about?
Okay, Profused Feelings is about feelings. feelings. Okay, what we feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's from a teenager's point of view. Mainly talking about gender-based violence, drugs, motivation. It's almost like outspoken random thoughts, but it's about feelings.
It's about feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me take you like maybe a few pages into your book, not knowing what it is that you wrote in the book, but I do know that peer pressure is a real thing.
Yeah.
And it's also a real thing to run away from it. It's
Yes.
also a real thing to fall into those gates of peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
When you were writing your book, were you using real experiences that you were seeing around your peers, and how much of it was your own feelings?
Yeah, I was using real life experiences, and of my own, maybe I would say 50%,
Wow,
50-50.
That's the whole book. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Would you care to share some of the feelings that you felt at the time when you were writing the book? Do you also speak about how you overcame those feelings, how you dealt with the feelings?
okay,
Mhm.
so Mainly, I think the feelings of being a dysfunctional family, you know, whereby you have a deadbeat. You know what a deadbeat is?
Yes, it's okay. Which one now? A deadbeat dad or a deadbeat mom? Which one?
No, deadbeat dad.
Okay.
So then, the way I could adjust is like you just accept the situation, carry on, and also peer pressure, like you said. There's this one scenario whereby, you know, when you form ones, you go to school, you have a list, and you follow that list.
Yes.
Whereby we're told to bring white shoes, like plain white shoes,
right.
And everybody has white shoes. You know, the time that you go for exit, you change shoes. You're like, I don't know when Nike, what, all those labels, and then you know maybe almost half of your let me say 3/4 of the wardrobe has new sneakers now, and you're still wearing white, and that's the only identification that we can see that you're in Form 1. And then now I want those sneakers, I mean. But then you start to know, why would I pressure my mom to get me those things? Wow. You sit down with yourself, you're like, but there's no harm in wearing white, and I'm a Form 1, why do I have to run away from that thing? I start to adjust, I start to see life on a proper plate, and then I see that I'm growing. This is just making me grow all these issues that I'm crying about, but they're making me someone who thinks, someone who cares, someone who's reasonable.
Wow, Mako. Putting pressure on parents to get you stuff for school.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how unnecessary is it?
It's a 9 out of 10.
It's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's very unnecessary because most of the things that we put pressure on do come and go.
But then, you know, as a student, this is me thinking as a mother, right? I don't want my child to feel left out.
Yeah.
Because we know how wicked children can be to each other. You just gave the example of, you know, the only thing that will show that you're a Form 1 is the plain white sneakers, and then everybody else is coming back to school with like all these labels, and then you are still probably in your Tommies and they're just plain white or the no name, and everyone is like, right?
Yeah.
For you as the student who is being spoken about, you obviously feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Me as the parent, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my baby is feeling left out. I need to do something. Now you've got both mother and child trying to fit into a space where peer pressure has pushed them to be in that circle. So the child also now, as you were saying, has to come to a point where he or she says, Mom or Dad, it's okay. Like,
exactly.
I've got shoes, so don't stress about it.
Yeah.
And then Dad or Mom has to come to the child and say, you are going to get those things, but not just now.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's a meeting point.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it like that.
But at some point, you know, my mom was like, I need to get you this and stuff.
Yeah.
When things get better. And then when she gives me that money, I started saving it.
Oh, look at you.
I was no longer interested. I was
you were no longer
interested in the shoes all day.
What made you think like that? I'm sure there's something that happened, or there's something that you saw, or you read something, and you were like, you know what? I'm growing. Things are going to change.
Yeah.
I can do better things with the money that Mom gives me. What was it that changed?
Well, maybe because I wanted to be... I actually did a modeling course secretly. So that's why I was in...
Mom, I didn't know anything. This child just came on radio. She accepted our invite and she came on radio. I had no idea. She secretly went for a modeling course. I didn't know, I promise you.
So that's where my money was going.
Mm-hmm.
See, the things that I saw as most important, that's where I was saving my money for.
Mm-hmm.
So I would weigh my priorities, the same priorities.
How old were you at that time when you were now weighing your priorities, this child? How old were you? Nigel, are you hearing this? She was weighing her priorities.
I was 15.
You were 15.
Yeah.
You quickly touched on sand priorities. Talk to us about that.
Okay, the sand priority. Okay, there are 3 types of priorities.
Teach us, girl.
There are rock priorities.
They're rock.
Those are the most basic.
Okay, so we've got rock.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we've got sand.
Mhm.
They're the second important.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got pebble.
Pebble.
They're the last.
Okay.
They're the least important.
Okay.
So I'll check on. I'll put the shoes, whatever, everything that I need, or maybe let me say modeling clothes. For that time,
It was
it
a
the
rock. It was a rock priority.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's say, what else was I interested in? Maybe okay, I was interested in cricket
Mm-hmm.
as well. So as the sand now,
Right.
you need to get a bat, you know,
Right.
etc. And then shoes, whatever, you know, the things that we want the sleigh stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, she slays. So. It slays. So.
Would be the pebble
All right.
priorities. So then that's how I used to work my things out.
All right. So you would say this is rock, this is pebble, this is sand. This I can live without for a moment, but I'll still work towards it.
Yeah.
But this I can let go.
Exactly.
For now, let's not focus on this.
Yeah.
And then let's focus on the rock one.
Yeah.
Right? Or the rock one, which was the modeling course that you
Yeah.
went. And I'm sure with the modeling course, you got more than just learning how to walk.
Yeah.
Right? There's the whole grooming and etiquette aspect of it. They teach you current affairs.
Yes.
They really mold you. So it's not a bad course that you did. You actually did very well for yourself. Being the young lady that you are, at the age of 20 and the things that you have achieved, you are also a youth activist. You are an advocate who engages with various organizations for different youth-related campaigns, in particular the welfare of young men and women. Can you tell us more about those?
Okay, as a youth advocate, I engage with various organizations, like partnering with organizations. Suppose there's this organization named the Street Kitchen. I've once partnered with them. They give food to the street kids
Mm-hmm.
every Saturday. So then I engaged with them for some time, maybe 3 months. I would go every Saturday, wake up and contribute and help as well. Or there's this other one whereby we go and give career guidance to other kids and schools being or in here in Harare.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't do that like more often.
Okay.
I do it here and there when
Mm.
I can,
Right.
when it's within my means.
Mhm.
It's not all the time. And what else did you talk about?
The advocate is like for the welfare of young men and women. Mhm.
Yeah, it's just making sure that we take care of those who are less privileged,
Mhm.
and helping them out, maybe through talking, sharing, etc.
All right. 0719100404. We've got Makomborero Now in studio. She's a 20-year-old young lady, and she's our She Diaries guest for today as we are celebrating National Youth Day. If you have any questions for Makomborero, please do send them through. When we come back, we get into those questions and we hear the final word from our She Diaries guest today. There's actually a message from Shakmanship. Shakman says, with everything under her name, I'm really impressed. At 20, my guy, me too. I'm just like, what was I doing at 20? Let's not go there. 2 books already. I don't know what I was doing when I was 20. She's doing well, better than other girls who think about slaying and makeup. And surely the future looks bright. Keep pushing, Makomborero. Keep working. You are a star. Yes, you're absolutely a star. I'm sorry, I missed something about Mako. Is she studying? If so, which program?
Okay, yes, I am studying. I am doing culinary arts.
Icho, chakwe ndakunobika. Chef Mako,
Yes.
girl from hold up, from wanting to be a model. I want to play cricket. No, I want to let me Let me get into culinary arts. I like that. It was a self-discovery journey.
Yeah.
And you will get to a point where, as you get older, you've got skill set.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's a big thing nowadays. If you have a skill set, you can work anywhere in the world. You can relocate and live anywhere in the world because you have a skill set. And I literally advocate for that. I am on your side. Go to that culinary school and nail it. All right? Yes, and nail it. All right, when we come back, we get into the questions and the contributions that you are sending through for Mako, and then we'll hear her final word. Keep it locked.
BeckyK on Capital 100.4 FM. It's BeckyK on Capital 100.4 FM. She Diaries.
If you were just joining us, welcome to Capi Talk 100.4 FM, Harare's Heartbeat. The name is BeckyK. I'm with you Mondays through to Thursdays from 12 until 3 o'clock. A big shout out to, there's this certain place I actually heard about that they listen to Capi Talk, like in their store. Balaleli Capi Talk, like as we speak right now. I think the place is called Madada. I don't know who knows where that place is. Madada and the movie.
Along the way.
Is it in town? Is it in the neighborhood?
It's now in town.
Oh, it's now in town.
But it started by opposite my guy's church.
Oh, is that at that side?
Yeah.
But now it's in town.
Yeah,
Is it like a restaurant, like a joint, like?
They saw alcohol.
Oh. Yeah, that's my dad. Kind of weird, but it's okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning into Capi Talk. Let me know what you love about listening to Capi Talk, and then if I find a song that you like, I'll play it for you because yes, enough respect. Marco, back to you. With all these accomplishments, do you have time for a social life? Do you have a social life? Let's start there. Do you have a social life? Or you've seen so many scary things, you're like, woo, social life, no?
Yes, I do have.
You have time for a social life?
Yes.
Okay, is there a boy who's talking to you?
What do you mean?
Like, is there a boy who's interested in Marco, who is talking to Marco at this point and saying, Marco, I like you?
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you balancing? Look at the way she's blushing. It's okay. So how are you?
You're making me blush.
No, girl, I'm just asking the questions.
Okay.
Okay. How do you allocate time to do the things that you love, culinary school, and having a social life, even whether it's with friends, interests, or family, and even church? Like, how do you allocate that time?
Well, when you do the things you love to do, you always find time for everything, especially if it's something that you like. Suppose I balance my stuff well. When it comes to writing, I don't force myself to write. I'm not like those people who are like, every 4 a.m. I am writing. What for?
Yeah. Oh,
I write when I feel like writing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it might not be daily or... Yeah, okay. It might not be daily. I write when I feel like, when it catches up with me.
Right, and then you just, take pen to paper and
Yeah.
Marco is now untouchable. Do you type or do you handwrite? What do you do? Okay, you okay, all right. You handwrite.
So, and then when it comes to friends, we do have time for enjoyment.
Right.
Yeah, it's not every day. So of course we can always find time for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then church, of course, I do have time for church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a youth. Every Saturday it's church for me. When it's like from 2 o'clock, and there are some Saturdays that I can't attend when I have events.
What church do you go to?
Celebration church.
You go to Celebration Church.
Yeah.
And Saturdays is like youth.
Yeah, I'm in cross culture.
You're in cross. Hey,
Yeah.
cross culture does the things. Yo, cross culture does the things. There was actually a story I heard some time back where the youth at cross culture bought their pastor a car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Like you guys are pushed to the limits, right? Like you can do it. Like you can do it.
We can do it. Our theme is that we have to do life together.
You have to do life together. I like that.
We do life together.
All right, Anzi, keep up the good work, Marco. Anzi, hi Becky. I'm listening to the girl that you're speaking to on radio. Kari very bright. Anzi, very bright. Your interview today is in line with the holiday. She is indeed provoking the status quo for other youths in her line of age to up their game. When I'm listening to you with my secondary school girl. I can almost see that action. So now that you know there's parents listening with their children,
Yes.
give us your word of advice, your message to the fellow youth.
Okay, my message to the family is that I'll start with a verse. That's Proverbs 16, verse 3. Commit your word to the Lord and your plans will be established. Because we have a lot of plans in our heads, but sometimes we're directed by God. You know, like modeling. At some point. You can use your mom to redirect your path at
True
some point,
story.
yeah?
True story.
And also just find what you like first. When you have it, I would encourage people to do whatever they feel like doing, like the good stuff. To
Like
engage-
discover yourself. Like what you said,
Yeah.
that whole rundown. You were literally discovering yourself, but it was within safe confinements.
Yes.
You were not wild and
Yeah.
crazy. You were literally just, I like this. Let me try it out. I like this. Let me try it out. It's actually quite funny that you brought that up because today during my prayer sessions, we were talking about Daniel and how he had a spirit of excellence. And he was only excellent in the things he was doing because wherever God directed him to do, he would go and you know, like just be master at it.
Yes.
Now, sometimes what happens to us is we don't, we say we trust God, but when God says go left, you're like, I don't know how to cook. Why am I going to culinary school?
You put your fears
right?
in front.
You end up putting your fears in front, and then you never explore being what God also wants you to be. There's many channels to you, and maybe God was saying, okay, cricket yapera, let's now go to modeling. And then you're like, no, I don't want to do modeling. Okay, fine. And then God says, okay, fine, let's go to culinary school. You're like, no, like everything that God is placing in your path. Urukuramba. So at what point are you going to be excellent in the things that you want to achieve? I really love that.
Just like how I got a call to be here.
Yes.
I would have said, no, I've never been to Capital before, so I'm not going. But you just have to come here. Or if I was someone else, maybe I would get a call from here and then get a call for going out somewhere and having fun and cancel the school, then go have fun. Of which this one might open doors for me.
Definitely.
Better doors.
I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
I'm sure it absolutely has. Makomborero Now, our She Diaries guest, as we celebrate National Youth Day. Mako, what's your favorite song? What song? Like, if you hear the song, you're just like, my wish, Shangu.
I think one by Natty Oda and
Let's look for it.
something
Wanguncha ugadzira, wanguncha ufaitira. Ah, the girl knows, the girl knows, the girl knows. That's the song right there.
Yeah.